What's up, y'all? We back at it, man. We finally got My Hero Vigilantes. It took forever, but yo, we got the first episode. And I ain't gonna lie, I tried to watch it on day one, but Crunchyroll kept messing up for me, and then it didn't have like the subtitle, then it didn't have the dub. It was just messing up. And I heard I'm the only person experiencing that. And then by the time Tuesday came, I completely forgot about it. And now I'm just now watching it today on Wednesday. But I will say, I enjoyed this first episode. I would give this a solid start, a solid 9 out of 10. Now, I have read the manga, but I haven't read all of the chapters. And then again, even when it comes to reading the manga, I don't remember most of the materials outside of some of the character names. But, you know what I'm saying? This first episode, I completely forgot about everything that happened in this episode. Like, I remember how he met these people, but I forgot about the villains that they were facing in this episode. Completely forgot about them. Like Soga right here on the screen, completely forgot about them. And after seeing what these guys were trying to do to the girl with the leap quirk, oh my gosh, like these guys need to be thrown in prison. I can't remember what happened. At the same time, I don't want to spoil it for you guys anyway. You know what I'm saying? But these guys need to be thrown in prison, yo. Yo, these guys were trying to take like crazy pictures of this girl to post online to ruin her image. Like, what? Who does that? Who does that? And we got our main character, Kiyoshi, here. His quirk is, they call it what, glide, slide, or something like that. I can't remember the exact name, but pretty much he can hover, or was it hover glide? He could hover over a surface, but he have to make contact with, at least 3 parts of his body to the surface in order to use his ability, which sucks, sucks for the most part. But we also got this guy who shows up, I believe his name is Awa. If I'm saying it wrong, I do apologize. He shows up. I can't exactly remember what his quirk is, if it's like some type of super strength, or maybe we're yet to actually find out what his quirk is. But we got it where he shows up and starts helping out against these, against these heroes. These villains. Now, when it comes to vigilantes, the premise of this episode and how this guy is telling our main character, like, yo, if you want to help people, you should be able to use your quirk to help people. You shouldn't have to have a license to do it. It really makes you think of the Liberation Front from the actual My Hero Academia series, and how what they really were fighting for was to be able to use their quirks whenever they deemed it fit. That's what they meant, but they went about it. That's what they were trying to do, but they went about it the wrong way, trying to force people to accept their beliefs. So they went about it the wrong way. But when I look at this episode, this first episode of Vigilantes, that's what it made me think of. Like, yo, dang, I'm surprised this dude didn't even try to join Redestro and actually join the Liberation Front, unless he's seen within them that they're evil, they're villains, or they had bad intentions, and maybe that's the way he chose why not to join them. But I see they have a lot of similarities in how he feels. If you want to help a person, you should be able to help a person. And I like that. I like how it kind of goes into what's going on in the main series of My Hero. I like when spin-off series actually do that. Not only that, in this first episode, we got to see something that I hope we get to see more of throughout this series. We actually get to see All Might. Granted, it's like they drew him a little wonky, where they didn't want to really show him in his glory, but we got to see All Might take down a villain in this episode, and it was a pretty dope moment, man. You had people cheering, and I was just like, we got it where All Might is still in his prime. Well, not in his prime, but he's still a hero. Now, I don't know if this takes place before he actually fights, one for all, all for one. I don't know if it takes place during that time period or before that time period, or if it takes place afterwards. But we do know this is before, Deku actually becomes, gets the power from All Might. So we do know that. But all in all, man, this first episode, I thought it was pretty good. Loved the ending song, the outro, as well as the intro. But I would say I'm probably more of a fan of the outro as opposed to anything else in this episode. And then we have it where the episode pretty much ends where they end up running into Eraserhead towards the end of the episode. Like, they're just trying to find out about this drug that's enhancing people's quirks. Very similar to the stuff we've seen with Red Riot, Fat Gum, and the guy who can eat food and make it come to his body, use it as a part of his body. But we have that in this episode, that same drug. I can't remember the exact name of the drug, but for the most part, really enjoyed this first episode. Curious to see how it go. The animation, I think, was pretty good. There were some parts where, like I said, with All Might, it looked a little wonky, but I'm not the type to really complain about that, unless it's just really bad. But for the most part, really enjoyed this episode. Like the fact that we do get to see characters from the actual My Hero series. Like we got to see Eraser, we got to see Eraserhead in this episode, as you can see right here. It's like when they draw the pros from the main series, it's like they don't want to give them too much. Like they don't want to go all out in the drawings like they are for the vigilante cast. I don't know, maybe it's just me who's seeing that, but it just feels like that. But we got Eraser here, and he's actually stopping them because he's assuming that they're villains as opposed to being vigilantes. But either way, I'm assuming vigilantes can get locked up just like villains, or vigilantes are considered to be villains since they don't have a pro license. But all in all, man, I really enjoyed this first episode. Like I said, I enjoyed the outro, I enjoyed the intro. I'm very curious to see how this series goes and how other people are going to perceive it. So if you guys liked it, let me know down below. If you didn't like it, let me know the reason why. I'm very curious to hear your answers. And will this hold you over until we get that final season of My Hero Academia? But if you like this video, thumb it up, please subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications, and I'll catch you in the next one.